Welcome to the April 27th, 2022 REI USA Short Sales Supergroup monthly Q&A call. Got a little bit of a late start, some problems with the links for the coaches. Hopefully we'll get that resolved soon, obviously. So we do have just a few people here, and so we'll see if anybody else comes on, but you can catch the replay. I got a lot of overwhelming response when I've been playing these recorded calls lately. And so I've got a request for to do more of that. So I've actually got a recording of analysis of calls that I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that for about the next 50 minutes. I know that's probably a little bit too long. It's only supposed to be 30 minutes, but I think that these will be really valuable to you. And so we'll go a little bit longer maybe, or see if we can get that long. But let's go ahead and then Michelle, make sure that you let me know if you can't hear this when I play it. So you should be able to hear the sound with this, and I'll mute my sound so that you can pick up the recorded seller voice. Closure date. It's not this one. Okay, let me try this again. This whole system's really frustrating here with it. I'm going to, so did you not hear anything? Michael, did you not hear any sound? Can you throw in the chat box, or you apparently can unmute yourself? They changed it from webinar format to a meeting type format in the whole system. Mark, were you able to hear anything?
No, I wasn't able to hear anything. I thought it was my settings.
Okay. Okay. Well, this whole thing is so screwed up, unbelievable. We're over, 30 minutes late. Everyone else could get in, but I couldn't as the coach and had trouble all week long. I found a way to get in, but now I got this screwed up here. So I'm going to restart the whole thing. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to restart all the way. And so what I basically have, so they're going to have to chop this thing up. So I'm going to just start over here, and I'll just make a mark, and then they'll come in and chop the video out. So well, let me just play it real quick. I'm going to do this, and you don't have to mute. Just tell me if you hear the seller recorded call that we're going to analyze and stuff. This one here, well, let's listen to this one here. And then you can throw your questions in the chat box and everything. You hear that, Mark?
Yes, I do.
Okay, okay, good. Question, because I'm kind of playing the thing is, and then you can throw your questions in the chat box. We're going to start far enough along. They're not scared enough. Okay, so we're going to start completely over back at the beginning of the video. Poor Michelle's been here listening to this whole thing, trying to figure out what's going on. So let's start over. So, okay, here goes. And then go ahead and mute yourself on this. So everybody, welcome to the restart of the REI USA Short Sales Supergroup monthly meeting. I want to welcome you here. We're having some trouble with getting this new meeting format set up. They switched it on us, so we're going to try and get this in. What I want to do tonight, I had an overwhelming response from the last month where I did recorded phone call analysis that basically people wanted me to do that again. So a lot of people watch this on the recording. So I've got several selected recorded calls that I analyze. So I'm going to be playing a video, which is really an audio of the seller calls and doing an analysis of that. It's best for you to throw your questions in the chat box, and I'll sit here and answer your chat box questions, okay, with it versus trying to talk over the recorded sound and trying to stop that with it and stuff. So throw stuff in the chat box. I can always pause it, if need be. But try to use the chat box for any Q&A with it and stuff. And so let me go ahead and we'll hit play on this, and we'll should be able to hear everything just fine then. And so these are examples. I want to emphasize to you first here to take notes, write down. You're going to hear stuff that is tidbits that you want to use when you're talking to the seller on the phone with a short sale. So while this might sound interesting to listen to other people talk, there's key points that are being I picked these calls for a reason. There's key points, key structured things that you're saying to the seller that's important for the seller to know with it, and is to help get the outcome that you want, which is an authorization form and stuff. And so, listen to the method. Some of these calls are 10, 20 minutes long, 10 minutes long or something, but that's because there's a lot of points to it. It's very typical of a seller call on a short sale. So you're going to hear a lot of, good information. I could play a lot of 3-minute calls where the seller calls up and says, yeah, man, you're a great guy. Send me the authorization form. I'd love for you to do a short sale. That doesn't teach you anything. Okay. So these are, sellers that might be disagreeable. They might have certain situations that you have to react to. So you'll definitely want to kind of make key points and notes on it and everything. I'll try to keep it to just 30 minutes here. And then we can do more calls on the next short sale super group meeting, but apologize, it's kind of gone pretty long now for you as it is with it, but let's go ahead and play a couple calls here and throw your questions in the chat box. By a foreclosure date and stuff. This one here, well, let's listen to this one here, and then you can throw your questions in the chat box and everything, and so we'll, the question, because I'm kind of playing the thing and I can't really interrupt it with it and stuff. But let me go ahead and play this one here. Throw your question in the chat box.
Hello, this is Lori.
Hi, Lori. This is Ken Heinlein.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I thought at first when you were texting me that you were one of those home buyer type deals, and I didn't know who you represented or what your outfit. Go ahead.
Yes. So I have a small family business, and I try to help people get their foreclosure stopped. And sometimes they get to stay in the house. Sometimes they do have to leave the house, and then I buy the house. Just depends on what the bank, wants to do to work with the homeowner. Sometimes we've gotten loan modifications. It just depends. It really varies by individuals.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of them. I get off at 3, and I'd sit here until 3:45 trying to get through, and then when I do, they're like, we're too busy.
Who, the bank?
So, yeah, BMO Harris. Just a quick rundown. I lost my job and I was out of work for quite some time, and prior to that, I was getting laid off. Our layoffs were happening like at a day at a time. That's just how it works in my field, and we were just getting laid off a lot. So anyway, I was way behind, and then I ended up changing jobs, but there was a good 3-4 month span. So that's why I'm at where I'm at. I have found some more work, but I'm relocating to Kansas City. So basically my whole idea is to stop the foreclosure so that I can sell it and get more than it just being foreclosed on. So because I did have one of those home buyer outfits offer me a ridiculously low amount of money for what I've got. So I told them without being angry or any emotion in my voice, I said, listen, if I was to say yes to that offer, you did not hang up the phone, call your partners, laughing that you just clubbed a baby seal over the head, I said, there would be something wrong with you. I told them I just as soon have the free storage for the how many ever months that it's going to be before they foreclose on it,
Right. Well, so let me ask you this. Do you know how much, first of all, do you know how much, not how much, what type of loan you have, excuse me?
I think it's a FHA, I think. I don't know, it was a really good deal. Like when the COVID hit and all that stuff. They were like, oh, you're fine. You've got this type of loan. And shoot, I don't remember what they said.
Oh, so you did the forbearance thing where you didn't pay? That really hurt a lot of people, actually, instead of helping. Yeah. Because they kept adding on the interest fees. So, the interest rate kept going up. So, do you know about how much you owe on your house? Or how much is on the loan?
I do. It's right at 100, I think. After all the fines and they were paying while I was in forbearance, they were paying the insurance and I would imagine the taxes. I'm not sure. So.
Okay, but you owe about $100,000. So what kind of condition is your house in? For example, how old is your roof?
About 3 years. I had it done 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay. What about your HVAC? The big things, water heater. Are they old?
The water heater is old, but I've in fact, it's got to be at least 20 years old. But it was brand new then, and I haven't had an ounce of trouble with it. So, but it is older. The outside air conditioner, the unit itself could probably use changing. I'm not so. The tonnage, as far as the size of it, if I was to keep the inside unit, it would and just put an outside unit on, it'd probably be all it need.
Okay. And the heater
And
works
it
okay?
just, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What about, have you updated, well, what year was the house built?
So, I believe 73 or 74.
Okay.
It's 2 bathrooms upstairs and 1 bathroom downstairs. All, I guess you would consider full. The main is a tub. The master bedroom is a stand up with 3 shower heads. It's kind of nice. And the downstairs one is all new. They're all, the guy that had the house was in construction, and he did a great job on the bed. The bathrooms are done.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What about the kitchen?
The kitchen's linoleum. It's older. It's nothing fancy. The kitchen itself is kind of small, but it's got a big kitchen nook, or a kitchen sitting area. So I don't know. I liked it a lot. So.
Okay. All right.
And it's 4 bedrooms upstairs and 1 plus 1 downstairs.
Okay.
And the other big thing is that when I got the new roof and the new gutter, I ended up getting new gutters after that. And I was away a lot, and the basement ended up taking on a little bit of water, and I mean substantially enough that it needs to be, everything, it pretty much needs to be gutted, at least in as far as like maybe like the 3/4, because it's with the bedroom, if you want to call that finished, it's over half finished. So with a laundry room and a entertainment room in the bedroom and the bathroom with an extra, I don't know, I would guess 10 by 12 area down there as well. The 10 by 12 area is not finished. The entertainment room is finished, drop ceiling, but there has to be something done about the mold, because when the new gutters were put in, they all of a sudden, 18 whatever years later, it decided that it was going to start flooding. When I found out that the gutters that they put up are high maintenance, and I failed to maintain them, and they overflowed while I was not there. And and I do have a sump in the basement, but it's on the opposite wall. So
Okay.
it did not, so this is all to say that it needs, the mold needs to come out.
Okay. Is there a lot of mold?
I don't know what you consider a lot. Like if I was to personally go down there and do it myself, I would probably go up about, like wainscoting size. I mean, it never flooded. It just was moist. You know what I'm saying? Like, like there's parts of the carpet that was sloshy. So I would personally, I don't know if there's what kind of rules there are. I would go up to like a wainscoting height and cut all the drywall out and stuff like that, and then and just redo it, because there's no load bearing walls down there, so it was just cosmetic.
Yeah. And so, let's see, is it carpeted down there? You said the carpet was slushy, so is it still carpeted, or did you rip that out?
No, I never did get a chance to rip that out. It's still carpeted, but there's no pad. It's just it's just a real tight. It's not even a loop. I don't even know how to explain it. It's because I didn't put it in, so I don't know what it's called. But it's not typical carpet. It's just like a weave of some sort. So it's not it's not fancy.
Okay.
But,
Well, it probably has to be ripped out anyway because of the moisture and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I need to do, if you're interested, I need to go see your house and see what it looks like and see what I think I can buy it for to make it worth my while. So
right.
if you're interested in that, I'm actually, what's today? Is today Monday? I'm actually free this evening if you're available.
I'm in Kansas City.
Oh, you're in Kansas City. Is there anyone at the house?
No,
Oh, wow. Do you come back at any time?
Well, like I said, I just picked up this job. I've been here a little over a month, I guess, and so my whole plan was just to dump it off. I do want to get rid of it, but the offers these guys are making is just unbelievable. That's not gonna, I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna give it away, I'd give it to my nephew or something,
Right. Well, the problem with all this is that you have a foreclosure date of March 28th, which is 3 weeks from today. And I'm just going to tell you right now, the banks are very greedy and they want their houses back. That's what I've been finding. And so, we've got to work fast against the foreclosure because they don't want to stop them. Oh, and hold on. You have an FHA loan. Have you ever done a loan modification?
No, I was trying to do that, like I said, on the phone. I don't know how many times I sat and waited for 30 to 45 minutes to one person said, okay, here's what you can do. This is what you can do. Go to this website. And it's the stupid ass COVID website so it asks you for your account number and your zip code. I put my account number, my zip code in, and it goes, oh, we don't have any, information on that. That's not a loan. That's in our website. I'm just pulling my hair out now,
Was that the BMO website or was that the FHA?
It was the BMO told me to go to this website, and it did not say FHA. I'm looking to see if I have that phone or that website here. I know I have it in here. I'm all about, selling it to a company, but everybody's got to make money. I understand how that works, but I think that this house, where it sits, and even though it's got issues, its potential is so crazy. 5 bedrooms, 3 full baths on a piece of property that's just shy of a football field. If you were to look at a football field, it's just shy in the width and just shy in the length, in the middle of downtown, or in the middle of Arnold.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's nice.
Anyway, the website was MDFAX at yourmortgageonline.com.
MDFAX. Whoa. MDFAX at your mortgage?
At your mortgage online. At your mortgage online.
At your mortgage online. Here it is. Okay, let me see what this is. Oh, it's a loan servicer. It looks like. Okay, so your loan could have been transferred over to, or not transferred, but given to a loan servicer to collect the past due. Do you know how much it would cost to reinstate your mortgage? Have they told you that yet at all?
It not too awful long ago, it was right at $5,000, and I don't have. So that's kind of, if I had that money, I'd give it to them and tell them, do a loan modification, and just in order to get it either fixed up or sold. I got a buddy that's interested in living in it and doing some of that shit himself on the cheap, and I don't know. If nothing else, if I could use you to stop the foreclosure, that in and itself would be a service that I would pay for sure.
Yeah.
Because the offer that he threw me really makes me sick in my stomach.
So I can talk to the bank, but I would have to give them some kind of solution about your home being bought. And without seeing it, I really can't make an offer on your home to you because, I need to see it.
Okay, one second, please.
Sure.
I do have, and this isn't written in stone yet, but I'm pretty sure that I have my cousins coming over this weekend to pick up some heirloom stuff that I want them to have.
Uh-huh.
And so I pretty much plan on coming home this weekend.
Okay.
Do you have anything going on this weekend?
I can probably make something work around the weekend. Are you going to be home all weekend? Saturday
I'm going to be, I'll be in town, but I won't be staying there. But I'll be like within 10 miles.
You'll be around. Uh-huh. Well, so let me think about this. I can be around, but here's what I do need you to do, honestly, because, and you're not going to like this either, because it's a scary thought. I need to speak to the bank. And so I can email you an authorization form to speak to the bank because they won't speak to me since I'm not on your loan. And I can try to find out some information about the loan, you know, all that stuff, and try to get back with you, see if they'll even do a loan mod. Because they'll say you need 30 days to do a loan mod. I know someone at FHA that, you know, I can try to get them to help do a loan mod, even to buy you some more time. But the closer we get to the foreclosure date, I mean, they're just not wanting to work. It's the banks not wanting to work. FHA is actually wanting to help, but
and I'm not 100% sure it is an FHA. All I remember is it was, I don't know, there was something really cool about it, and I don't even remember what that is. It's been so long ago.
Okay. I mean, it could be Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac.
Yeah, see, I've had a Fannie Mae before, so I don't think this one is. It may be, shoot, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I can send you an authorization form, and to talk to the bank and try to help. I've got to have that. And like I said, once it gets too far into too close to the foreclosure date, it just is almost impossible. So I can send you the authorization form, and you don't have to sign it if you don't want to. You don't have to do anything with it. You can throw it away. But at least I can send it to you, and you can see what you think. If you want to sign it, and let me see.
Okay. Well, you're just talking about emailing?
Yeah, I could just email it to you.
Okay. I don't really have the means to print anything out. I'm out here. I'm not living out of my truck, but it's close enough.
Wow. I'm trying to think. Could you go to a Kinko's and have them? Do you have an email? I mean, can you go to on your phone? You can probably have it on your phone and maybe print it off of your phone at Kinko's or something. I don't know how that would work. And then sign it and then have them scan it and. Yeah, I don't know how the email whole thing works with copying and emailing, to be quite honest.
Oh yeah, that whole digital signing thing. What is the name of your business?
Real Property Rescue, and it's a small one. You won't find it on the internet. I mean, it's a small family business. My kids are in it, and I've been doing this, a few years, and I've worked with a guy that's been doing it for about 10, and yeah, this is what we try to do to help people and get them out of foreclosure. Because foreclosure just puts a nasty stain on your credit for 7 years. Yeah. It's not pretty, but yeah. So I'll tell you what. If you have an email, I can email it to you. And if you don't even know how to print it out, then
my sister can print it out, but she doesn't have my. Oh, what do they call that? I don't even remember what they call it. Power of attorney or whatever they call that shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I could do.
You have a friend that works?
Yeah, you know what? I will be able to. I'll figure something out if you want to go ahead and send me something.
Okay. What is your email address?
K Heinlein, HEINLEIN 72 @gmail.
Okay, can you spell the first before 72? You said K.
K as in Ken.
Uh-huh.
And it's probably gonna be, yeah. All that shit should probably be. It's probably gonna say Kenneth. I doubt it's just Ken. Anyway, yeah. My email address is K Heinlein.
Oh, with your last name, K and your last name.
Yeah.
Okay. 72@gmail.com. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will shoot that over to you here in a little bit. And again, if you want to fill it out and send it to me, the faster it's done, the faster I can contact the bank. Because, like I said, the closer you get to the foreclosure date, the harder they are to work with. They just don't want to work with you. It's they've gotten greedy. I think with the market prices going up, they want houses.
Yeah.
They want them back. Yep. And I hate to see that happen too. So.
Yeah. All right, Laurie, we'll keep in touch, at least through text until we talk again.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
You take care.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So remember, guys, what I teach, the number one goal is to get the authorization form. So the letter has one purpose, to get them to call. When they make the phone call, you have one purpose, to get an authorization form signed. That's all you want to do, because you don't know if you want to do the short sale yourself yet or not. So you don't want to commit to too much with this. You want to get the authorization form so you can be in control, talk to the bank, find out the kind of loan, whether it's a loan modification or not. So that's your kind of your whole goal there. I'm going to skip the follow-up call on this one here. We'll come back to it another time. I want to jump over, because we're starting to run out of time. I want to jump over to a couple calls that are more pre-seller type stuff. Things that you can say to the person. Remember, in the workshop, I teach you that you mail the letters out and then you make a phone call, and you do not want them to answer the phone. Okay, because what'll happen is, first of all, they don't usually answer the phone because they don't know who you are, and they think that you're a debt collector. And so what happens is, if you're not real good at talking to people on the phone and they answer it, you might get, a little flustered or something like that. Now, Carl and Lourdes, Lori is, really good at it and stuff now, because they're students and they've been practicing over and over, but you might not be. And so you want to have a voice message where you can control the conversation with the seller. He can't say anything to you. It's a recording. So I'm going to skip the follow-up one that we had, this 9-minute one. We'll come back another time. And I'm going to try to jump down here to, to another call that I think will be a little bit more helpful with basically the initial call. What do you say to them if they don't answer the phone? Okay, so let's listen to some of these here, because we only have about 10 minutes left here. So let's go ahead and play a couple of these calls that you make when they're reaching out. So basically, you're going to see here outgoing call, outgoing call, outgoing call, and then and then later we've got an incoming call, but it's two different dates. Okay, so this is from November and this is from March. Okay, so it's two different things. So kind of notice the dates. So let's go ahead and play some of these.
Please leave your message for 63686668041.
I'm looking for John Long. My name is Guy Zitting. I live in the neighborhood and I'm interested in buying your house. But if you want to keep it, I can help you do that. Please call me back right away, 314-697-4700. My name is Guy Zitting.
Okay, so here's one of the factors that plays a part in what you say in your message. How soon is it till the foreclosure date? So you can see things progressing, November 22nd, the 24th, and the 29th. So listen carefully how each of these messages progress based on the amount of time you have till the foreclosure date.
Please leave your message for 63668668041.
Yeah. Hey, John. This is David and Guy Zitting. We're giving you a call. We're working with families here in St. Charles County that are having trouble with the banks trying to foreclose on their house. And I'm sure you know this, but you have a posted foreclosure date in the legal newspaper of December 2nd. And so we're trying to see if, there's some things we can do to help you to stop that. We've been doing this for over 10 years. There's lots of options, too many to talk about on the phone. But anyway, just give us a call back here and at the number on caller ID at 314-697-4700 and just ask for Guy Zitting. And so we'll see if we can try and help you out. I don't know what you tried or not, so we've got various options. So just give a call back at 314-697-4700. I will talk to you later. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so December 2nd, our first one was the 22nd, 10 days before, and then it's 8 days and then 5 days. So each one of these is getting more critical. Notice how we, in the second one, mentioned the foreclosure date itself. The first one we came across is kind of trying to buy the house, but also knowing that we only had 10 days, we kind of hinted at, we could help you keep the house too with it. So you can kind of straddle the fence there, because if you only say that I want to buy the house, they'll lump you in the ugly house people, cash buyer, low ball offer people. And at 10 days, that's too late. If this letter would have gone out with 21 days notice, then that first call could have been a little bit different. But we're at our 10-day mark to start with and everything. So let's listen to the third one with just like 5 days left before.
Please leave your message for 63668668041.
Yeah, hey, this is David and Guy Zitting. Calling you. We left you a message last week, John, about you got a foreclosure coming up in just 2 or 3 days. We're trying to help you postpone that, and get that stopped. We work with families here in St. Charles County for 10 years in these kinds of situations. So this is what we do for a living and stuff. And so, give us a call back or shoot us a text message or something. Let us know, what we can do to help with this house. Are you wanting to keep it? Are you wanting to get rid of it? We can help you with either case with it. So just shoot a text message back. Let us know. The phone number is 314-697-4700. I'll talk to you later, John. Bye.
Okay, so, basically, you kind of have to try to up the ante with them. And then, sometimes there's just nothing you can do. So let's listen here in March here, he actually called in. And so let's listen to that call here.
Real Property Rescue, this is Parker.
Hey, Parker. I was calling back to talk to Lori Spencer. She had left me a voicemail and sent me a text, and I was just returning a call to her.
Okay, yeah, she is out right now. She's at another meeting. Do you have a foreclosure coming up?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why she was, contacting me. So.
Perfect. Yeah. Lori and I work together. So tell me a little bit about your situation. Are you working with anybody?
No.
Okay.
My wife and I we've since split. She's living in a separate home with kids. We filed for Chapter 7, which, according to my credit report, is discharged. And the company that, South Law, who was actually overseeing the foreclosure, sent in a message saying that the house will go up for sale on March 24th. So I hadn't intended on keeping the home, but I was kind of just seeing if we had any options as far as would I be able to keep the home, or what option would I have if we sold the home? Because I'm still living in it presently, and I'm trying to find a place to either move into, or if I had the option to stay here, I would. But just looking at options, I guess, more
Sure.
the biggest thing.
Yeah, typically when we start working with people, we do something that is called a loan modification. Have you done one of those before?
With this house, with the mortgage company, it was a few years. It was actually before the pandemic, which was that in a job, getting laid off in 2018, and then the pandemic kind of, made it to the point where we are now. So, but yeah, we had done it once, and it was it was before the pandemic. So I don't think they would give us. I don't know if they would give us another one. I think it was like after 36 months or something like that, they would, look into it. But, yeah.
What kind of loan do you have?
It's a VA home loan through GSF or Gold Mortgage, I think they're called now.
Is it GSF?
Yep. Golf,
Okay.
Sam, Foxtrot.
Okay. GSF. Okay. It's a VA loan. Do you know your payoff off the top of your head?
With the way that things have gone, I think we pretty much just, well, you know what? Let me get a letter here that I got from them recently. The biggest thing is we haven't been able to make a house payment in a few years, and the good thing about the pandemic is that kind of kept us in the home because of the mortgage, the foreclosure moratorium.
Right.
Right now, I'm looking at, and I've got the loan number too if you need that.
That'd be great.
The outstanding principal is $253,345.
Can you say that number again?
$253,000.
Okay.
$345.
Perfect. Okay. Outstanding. Do you know if there's any fees on top of that, or is that with fees included?
Well, there's what I see is the total. Like if we were going to pay to get it up to cure the loan, $65,282 is what the total payment amount is.
Okay.
And then they've got attorney costs, bankruptcy attorney fee, property inspect, which the VA just came through and did that about a week or so ago.
Gotcha. Okay. Typically, the loan mod is our first order that we try and get, because that could potentially keep you in the home. Since that's already been done, I don't think, unless a VA has something new or something like that there is any way to keep the home unless if that total balance is paid up. So at this point, all we can do is we can try and stop the foreclosure. So the foreclosure, it's a big hit on your credit, and they can come after you like up to 7 years and garnish your wages and all that. It's a bad scenario. So we can stop the foreclosure, and with doing that, we'll do something that's called a short sale, and that will buy you time. So if anything, we can push back to the March 24th and buy you time in the house to find a new place to go. And then once everything is done, typically they will pay $2,000 or $3,000 to you for relocating. So that's something that you can have in your pocket. And I mean, typically this process, if the bank accepts it and everything, typically it's about 4 or 5 months of time that that this will buy you, and it will stop the foreclosure as well. So if that's something that you think you would want to do, it would be best to get started immediately. So if we could come, are you available today?
I've got to meet my wife later on this evening.
Okay.
What would it be? Could I meet you somewhere, or
Sure. One day this week, we'll have to get some pictures of the home to send into the bank to get started with everything. And there's an authorization form that we'll have to get you to sign to be able to talk to the bank about the situation and talk to them about your loan and start this process. So that there's authorization that needs to be filled out. I can go ahead and email that to you if you want, and I can send it into the bank today. And then maybe we can come out there tomorrow. But yeah, we'll have to get started on this because with March 24th, the banks need a couple weeks to process everything. So if we have any shot, we'll have to do it, today or tomorrow, or before the weekends.
Oh yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Because I actually work from home, so I'm working now.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So
okay.
I mean, if you need to come during the day, like tomorrow during the day,
to
take pictures, that's not a problem. That's what I did with the VA. They sent their guy during the day, and
perfect.
He did what he had to do. So, and we can do time during the day.
Yeah. Okay. If I sent you the authorization form, do you think you could fill it out?
Okay, I'm going to stop there. There was a little problem in here that Parker missed, and that was the statement the VA took pictures too. Okay, so this might not be a short sale that you want to work on if the bank has already come out and been inside the house to do an interior appraisal. Okay, because now they're going to have a value that you don't know what it is. It's going to be a value that might be too high. It maybe wasn't done to the exact condition of the home because you don't know what he actually took pictures of in the house. So that not that you not do it. It's just that once again, your only goal on this phone call, like Parker is driving towards, is get the ATR today or tomorrow. Today or tomorrow. That's what it's got to be. Because if you tell them that you can wait 3 days, they're not going to do it. If they don't do it right now, we find 50% of the time they don't do it the next day. So you got to get them to send it back the same day, and make it urgent, that they do that. But there's a little thing in there where he was talking about taking pictures. And I also do not advocate going and taking pictures until you get the authorization form in to find out what kind of loan it is, because I don't want you to waste your time going to every house to take pictures when you may not choose to do the short sale, with it. Now, obviously, if you got a foreclosure date coming up and you're pretty confident that, you want to do this as a short sale. In other words, the home is a good value. It's a home that, is $250,000 or more that we can get for 50. If it's an $80,000 house, or even if they give it to you for free in the short sale, you're only going to make 80 grand. So, that's not one to go and drive there and take pictures until you know more about the loan, the lender, and where they're at in the process with it.
And send it back to me so I could go ahead and get it into the bank today. And that will be one step done.
Yeah, I can fill it out and just email it back to you.
Yes. What's a good email address for you?
It's J as in John,
Okay.
at gmail.com.
Perfect. And what's a good time tomorrow, just so I can get that down, that we can come by?
I usually start work at 6 a.m. So anytime after that. So
okay.
So whatever works for you, I guess.
Like 11 or 12, good for you?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, yeah. Let's just go ahead and say 11, and if anything changes, I will let you know.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, and your address is 616 Derby Way?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. All right, John. Well, yeah, I will go ahead and send this over to you. And if you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out. And then I will get this sent into the bank on the authorization form, it'll have all the bank's info. So that's how I know. I will get it to the right people. And then, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow at 11.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks, John. Yeah, and again, my name's Parker if you have any questions.
All right, thank you, Parker.
Thank you. I'll see you.
Okay, any questions about some of these seller calls? We've been at it here for 2 hours. I don't want to keep you guys any later with it. Yep, so let's wrap it up here, guys. I think that kind of only supposed to go 30 minutes. You can unmute and ask questions or throw them in the chat box. Basically, we kind of went a little bit over, but I want to see if anybody's got any questions here. There's a lot of different things. Key points here is that you have two purposes. One is to mail a letter out, and that is to get them to open the letter. Then the purpose, once they open the letter, is to call the phone number. And then here's a key point. When they call you, you have one goal, and that is to get the authorization form filled out so you can talk to the bank. You don't know if you want to do the short sale yet or not, right? Okay, you may not want to do that. It could be a type of short sale that you don't want to do for various reasons we can't go into. So you get the authorization form that gives you the ability to talk to the bank. So that's really what your goal is. Now you have to build a relationship. You've got to get them to agree a lot of things and stuff. And I've got a lot of other calls. I've got a monthly group coaching call that I do, we go through this for like 2 or 3 hours and we post questions in the Facebook group. But there's a lot of scenarios of different types of callers that are different. Some want to stay in the home, some don't. So you want to find out, first of all, do you want to keep the house or are you wanting to sell it? Because it's not going to change your desire to do the short sale and to make money on it. It's going to just change the facts that you present to the seller to lead them back to the path that you want, okay, which is most of the time, with the proper facts, they will realize that, no, they can't keep the house. Why do they want to pay money on something that's underwater, that's not worth it? But anyway, unmute with any questions. We're going to wrap it up here in just a couple minutes. If you don't have any questions, we are wrapped up here. But go ahead and unmute with any questions about what you heard or anything you want to ask about short sales real quick. I always like to give people an opportunity to ask any questions.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
So you mark it with an envelope, not a postcard. So how do you know they're going to, if it's a postcard, they don't have to open it. So.
Yeah, very good, Mark. Never, ever, ever, ever send postcards. We don't do that in my marketing system and the way I teach short sales. Mm-hmm. If you go to my website, davidrandolph.com, you'll see that I'm an investor and we are working in different states, and each state has a different amount of time before the foreclosure date. Postcards do not arrive fast enough. You need first class mail, okay, with it. So never postcards, because that's also true. They can read it from the outside with it. So I don't use them. I tried them. I've done split testing. And in Missouri, we're a 21-day foreclosure state. What state are you in, Mark?
I'm currently in Maryland, but I'm looking to move to Florida.
Okay, well, Florida, you got a minimum 90 days to 6 months. So you don't have to move as fast, but it's not worth, the postcard. First of all, someone in the family is going to see that postcard, and you don't want to be talking about a foreclosure and have the little daughter or little son see that. So, you want the adult to open up the envelope, okay?
Well, how about just not be that specific on the postcard and just discuss you'd like to make an offer on the property?
I don't know. My experience in 11 years is that the only reason to do a postcard is to find out if the mailing address is correct and it gets returned to you. That's the only reason to use a postcard, in my opinion. I don't think they're effective. You want to get them to open it up and invest some time in it. If you have a postcard, they can literally see it without reading it and then toss it out with a pre-made decision. If they spend the time to open up a certain kinds of letters or certain kinds of stamps, they're going to be more invested in what's going on. Then they're going to read it okay, and then they've spent time with it versus the trash can, sorting method, which they can just read the outside of the postcard on, and they get five
Right.
of them from different people.
So what do you have on the envelope that allows them to be curious to open it?
Well, we could talk about that for a long time. I've got if you want to text short to my phone number, I can send you an 1.5-hour video and the slides, and where I talk a little bit more about that. I don't really have time to cover, all of
Okay.
that right now. I'll throw that in the chat box. If you basically text short, now I won't do it right now because I'm talking to you.
Okay.
But probably tomorrow too. It's getting kind of late. To my phone number, and I get it's a free video. I call it free video because people think they're going to get charged for it. It was actually at a REI group presentation that I did. They knew me for many years and wanted me to kind of talk about short sales. So I kind of go through a little bit of the marketing and some other. Have an example of what to say to the seller. Now you've heard live calls. Now we've got the ability through REI USA, to be able to do live calls. So this forum is really good and stuff. But anyway, yeah, text short to 636-685-2990. Michelle, you got any questions? Michael, you have any questions?
No, but the content was great. Thank you. And I took notes. So
Great.
thank you.
Yeah. You want to go back and re-listen to this because, there was method to what was being done. And some of it gets a little boring, but, you come back around to a key point that you have to drive in, to stuff. Michael, you have any questions?
Well, currently I'm new to this, so I'm just listening in just to see what I can learn.
Great. Well, I'll tell you, absolutely. Then text short, because that 1.5-hour video will do a much better job than I can do in 30 minutes that I've already stretched to an hour, which we already started at 30 minutes late because of the system that they've been changing over to with it. But definitely then text short, because that 1.5-hour video will really give you the good overview of what they are, the definition of them, that the homeowner can't pay off the loan. And here's the thing to keep in mind, guys. A short sale is not the homeowner can't pay off the home loan. It's the homeowner can't pay off all debts, credit card debts, judgments, second liens, tax liens, everything. It's not just the home loan. So a lot of homes are more underwater than people think. But yeah, Michael, welcome to the short sale arena. If you look at my bio, I make $50,000 to $150,000 profit on houses by negotiating short sales. I've got over $3 million. I have in my retirement accounts. I am a hard money lender. I'll lend you all the money to buy the house, all the money to fix the house up, all the money for the points on the loan, and all the money for the monthly interest payments. So you need $0, in your checking account to be able to, rehab a house. I'm a rehabber. I'm not a syndicator. I'm not a company. I don't work for somebody else. I rehab houses. I rehab about 5 to 10 houses a year. All my renovated houses have sold in 7 days or less. At list price or higher for now 11 years, guys. You can go to my website, go to thedavidrandolph.com, and then there's a properties tab. And then you can look at all my properties, that I sold and take a look at them. They've all sold in 7 days or less. At list price or higher, and they're drop dead gorgeous. So I'm a rehabber. I lend money out. My heart and passion is to help new rehabbers get started. Hard money guys will give you $100,000, but you got to use your own $50,000 to fix it up. Well, who's crazy enough to do that? Something goes wrong, you'll get back 40. So you'll never start. So I want to help you be able to get started with lending. I teach short sales. Okay. Obviously that's why I'm a coach for REI USA. I've got coaching students across the United States. My best students are making $100,000 on their first short sale. In today's market, this is real. There's 5 times as many foreclosures as there was pre-pandemic. And so a lot of people don't know this. But anyway, guys, any last questions? We got to wrap it up here. We really went really long. So any last questions real quick? Okay, guys, I appreciate it. And email me with any questions. Go to my website to get my email address. I'll be glad to help you out on it. So have a good evening.
Thank you, David, so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.